My name is Therri and I come from Garden City, Kansas, clear on the other side of the state. I am here today because I feel like I've gone through all of my options, and I'm looking at 30 plus years of having issues, and I'm kind of at my wit's end, and I'm just looking for some help as far as helping with my migraines. I get really bad headaches. They're more positioned like towards the front and stuff, and so I'm wanting to get some relief in the pain. I get them weekly. Some of them are severe. They're kind of stationed more in the frontal lobe part and in that area. And it can be debilitating at times, and I have several businesses that I have to run, and it gets in the way. And it's usually on a scale of about, I'd say about a 9 at its worst. And then I do have, it's like a constant pain that's usually around a 3, and it's more like pressure. It's just a constant pressure. I can kind of ignore it, but it doesn't go away. It's still there, and so I'm looking for some help with that. And then I'm also wanting, for all these years, I mean, it started when I was about probably 12 or 13, I started having like teeth pain, and my tongue and my inside mouth would get sores because they would drag across my teeth. And I'm kind of looking for some to fix that, because I've had it for quite a few years and it hurts. It's usually, I would say that's more on a scale of 8 or 9 as well, and trying to get that to go away. And then another is I'm not sleeping really well. I usually maybe get 3 hours of sleep, and a lot of it is during the day. If I have a lot of stress, I'm always clenching, and I get headaches and I get all this stuff, and then by the time I go to sleep, I'm tired, all the time tired. I'm a hairdresser, and we own a restaurant, and we have other businesses, and so there's a lot of stress, and I always know when I get stressed, I always lock my jaw, and it causes issues. And I know by the time I lay down to go to sleep, I'm rubbing, I'm constantly touching my face because of the pain, trying to make the pain go away. And so it seems like even no matter how much sleep I get, I'm still always tired. I have to fight myself to get up in the mornings. I want to just lay there. I don't want to move. And so usually in the mornings, I'm just kind of there. I just kind of go through the motions. About 1 o'clock, I'll start getting some energy, and I can get stuff going. I can move, but then I kind of peter out about 6, 7 o'clock, towards the evening, and that my day's not even close to being done by that time, and I just feel kind of like I'm going through the motions, like I'm having to power through all these issues. And if I can get them fixed and have them go away, I feel like I'd have a more quality of a life, because I'm fighting with all of these things going on internally that externally I can't function in the capacity that I need to function. And I can't take care of my family, I can't take care of my businesses, because I'm too worried of trying to take care of what's going on here. And like I said, it's been over 30 plus years, so I'm just ready to be normal. Hi, I'm Therri from Garden City, Kansas. I have had a week with my Fixed Orthotic, right? And I've noticed a lot of changes just in that week that I've had it. It's fixed. I'm only going to have it for 90 days, I believe. My number one issue was I was having headaches, migraines. I ended up in the hospital in November from severe migraines and things, and I have been battling with TMJ for 30 some plus years. So it's just progressively was getting worse, and that is what caused me to look for specialists who actually specialized in this area. I've had it for about 26 years. I've had headaches, and they've gotten to severe migraines. And I usually would have 1 or 2 a week, and just having this in my mouth for a week, I didn't have any headaches at all that whole week. I mean, tension, stress, yeah, but they weren't like headaches. They weren't like what I was always powering through and working through before. So it actually, I think it's helping with that. So that's a major plus. I think my headaches is probably about 100%. It would be like a constant that I would have to work through, and I didn't have any of that. I mean, I was able to function just fine. I didn't have to take ibuprofen or any of that. I would say that's 100% change. That's way better than what I came with by far. Second would probably be when I presented and came through, I had really bad teeth pain. My mouth hurt all the time. I would have to massage my jaws and things, and a lot of the pain was also like when I smiled, when I would eat hot or cold things. It just became a huge issue, and it was just very painful, and it was constant. And this time around, I think I don't have that pain. I do have a little bit of pain, but I think it's just because I'm fighting the piece because I'm not quite used to it. Other than that, I don't have the pain like I had. Eating has become kind of a challenge just because it's something new and different, but I actually can eat cold things and hot things and it doesn't hurt. So that's starting to fix, I think. I would probably say about 50% just because there's still pain there that I'm still having to work through. So it's not completely gone. I fought shoulder pain for several years. Of course, I am a hairdresser and a massage therapist, so I use my upper body. And so this work-related, it became an issue because I was constantly aching and hurting, and my shoulder pain with my arms being up and working into that neck part, and which would cause me to clench and all of that. So that caused, of course, pain all the way down because it's all connected. And I would say that's probably about 50% too, because I don't have the shoulder pain like I normally do. And I noticed this last week, normally I'm having to massage through my jaw, I'm having to massage down into my neck, and I didn't have to really do that this week. I've been a hairdresser for 20 years, so I would say around that time, that's like a normal life. So for this last week with all these new changes coming, it's just been different. It's been exciting. At the same time, it's just weird because I'm not used to that. My body's kind of like, it's in shock. It doesn't know what to do because it's a big change. For one little piece of thing that goes in your mouth, it's a huge change. It's in a good way, like I said, because I'm not hurting. I'm actually able to produce more. I'm able to function more where I'm not going mid-stride into my office and laying my head on my desk, or telling my girls I'm going to be in the massage room for 30 minutes, just let me be because I've got to go lay down, or I've got to go try to stretch, or I've got to take some time on my own. Now I actually can be present with my stylists, with my management, with my clients. I don't have to sneak away and try to fix myself and power through the day to get my day done. I didn't have to do that this week. I actually was able to be out there with them, and I didn't have to go fight a headache in the dark. Or my sleeping habits haven't changed, which is another of my issues that I've had, insomnia for years, and just having lack of energy. I can feel it coming around, but I don't have the strength back that I once had, that I feel like I could get back. I know it's there. I feel like it's still there. I just feel weak and fatigued. This last week it was a little better. Like I said, I didn't have to go hide, but it's still there. So I would say that would probably be about a 50% change, just because of the fact that, or no, I would say more like maybe 25%, because the fatigue and the tiredness and the insomnia is still there. I'm not sleeping. But I don't know how much that actually is this and how much is it's a learned behavior because I've done it so many years. I would get pinching nerves and shooting pain down into my leg, into my IT band. And so I haven't had that this last week at all. But it's sporadic. That comes and goes. So I think right now I can't really say that that's a big significant change because it doesn't happen all the time. So it's more sporadic. So I guess within the 90 days, I'll probably be able to come back and say, oh yeah, it's changed, I haven't had it. But right now, no, I can't. I'm just excited to see where this is going to go.
Yeah.
At first I was because I've gone to specialists before, and when I very first came in here and you very first had me do all this, I was kind of like, we'll see. I'm excited. After this week and seeing the difference, I'm excited to see where this goes. I know you haven't checked it yet, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go to the next step. I actually found you on the internet just because I was basically like at my wit's end. I was lost for hope. I'd been to different specialists and I haven't gotten any relief, and I just decided one day that this was it. I'm gonna do a Google search, and if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to live with it. And I found you. You called me on the phone, and my first reaction was like, oh, this is just gonna be like all the others. I'm just not gonna, I'll give them a try, I'll go in. And when I came in and I met with you, and I got my hopes up, it's not going to happen. And I even told my husband, I'm like, I don't even want to go back. I'm just like, but he was like, no, give him a shot. You don't know. And so I'm glad that I did, because like you said, 10 weeks in. And when I first came, one of the things that you've asked about was my headaches, because I had severe headaches, were almost debilitating. It hurt so bad. I had more of like it started up through my neck, up through here, and it was like more in these areas. And they were severe enough, I powered through them, but they were severe enough that, it did almost knock me down. So I can honestly say 10 weeks later, I do not have those headaches. Those headaches are gone. And when asked to improve, of course, I'm always a skeptic, so I don't want to give you 100%. So my headaches, I'm going to give a 90%, just because they're not gone enough. If they're gone for longer than 6 months to a year, then you'll get the 100%, but I'm not going to give you that until, just because. And then the two, I had teeth pain because I was grinding and I was clenching, and which comes along with the whole territory of it, and I don't have that at all. So again, I'm going to give you a 95% because I'm not going to give you the full 100, but that's almost completely gone. I don't have any issues with that within the 10 weeks of starting my treatment. So then, and I believe like my number 3 that we talked about was my fatigue and everything like that, and I have to actually say that hasn't changed. But again, we're not really sure how much of that actually goes with what I've got going on with the treatment, because I do have a very stressful life with family, businesses, and things like that. So we've kind of left that alone for now. I'm not saying that it's not something we won't come back to. And then my 4th one that I had that you had asked me about, that was a really big on my list, was I had shoulder pain, and I was achy, and I didn't have a lot of strength and endurance and things like that, and my neck and shoulders would hurt, and to the point where I'm a hairdresser where I need that upper body, and it would really make my days trying, and by the end of the day I was just spent. And now I still have the aches and pains, of course, because I am aging and there are those things, but as far as from where I was 10 weeks ago to now, I feel like it's almost, I'm going to give you probably about 90% in that. Just like I said, I'm not willing to give you the 100% yet, but it's almost completely better. I still have issues with it, but I just think that's just everyday things, and it's not going to completely go away. And so those were the things that I noticed. And then we had talked with my husband, and it's a true thing that I didn't even really pay attention to, but he said that he's noticed and is my balance. Because before, I really had to pay attention to my balance. I would have to hold on to things and things like that. And he even said, I walk down the stairs now, I don't hold the railing. And we play around a lot. And there was one time where, he just kind of playfully nudges me. And normally I would go flying off, or I would lose my footing and things like that. And we were doing that, and he kind of nudged me, and I was able to stand my ground. I didn't lose my balance, and I didn't feel off. So those were things that I didn't even pay attention to that he had noticed. So I do know my family's noticing changes, and it's not just me. So I do feel like in 10 weeks, I'm ready to see where this is going to go, and I'm ready to go further. Well, my name is Therri. I'm from Garden City, Kansas, and I initially contacted the doctor because of the fact that I was at my wit's end. I literally was to the point where I told my husband, just smack me in the jaw, break my jaw, and that'll be the only way to get it fixed, because I didn't know what else to do. And so I happened to just be Googling, and I Googled Dr. Raman and found that he was a specialist, not only nationwide but worldwide. And so I thought, well, I'd give it a try. And I made my initial contact, and you contacted me. And honestly, when you very first called, I was like, yeah, this is going to be just like any other visit. This isn't going to work. I was kind of disappointed, because I was just thinking it was like any other dental visit that I've ever been to, because I've been to other specialists, I've gone to other dentists, I've tried other different treatments, and I figured this was going to be just like that. But like I said, I was at my wit's end, so I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And we came here, and you discussed with me certain things, and you asked questions that I was like, yeah, this doesn't even pertain to what I'm going through. But then when I came to my visit, it kind of made sense, because everything's connected. So My symptoms and my issues that I had, the reason why I was coming is I had really severe jaw pain, teeth pain. I was having migraines that were debilitating, and what I didn't know at the time, I also had severe neck muscle pain and back pain and things like that I never even tied together until I spoke with you. Like, again, you're asking questions. I was like, what does that have to do? But and so when I came here, it was pretty much a mess. And so had severe migraines that were just getting progressively worse. I've been dealing with TMJ, which I had been diagnosed previously, dealing with that and the deterioration of the bone for 30 plus years. And the migraines over the last couple of years have gotten worse. And so when I came and started my treatment, I can honestly say I wasn't the best patient because I didn't always listen and didn't do what I was told. But hindsight, we worked through it and got it going. And I finished up, was it October? No, it was November when I finally got everything done. And honestly, since then, I've had a few little setbacks, and I think it's just getting used to it. I still get headaches, but nothing like I did. Haven't had hardly the issues of grating my teeth, clenching. Now when I catch myself doing it, it's like a reversal. Before I would clench and I wouldn't realize I was doing it, but now because my mouth is different and everything's changed, when I clench now, it's like it's a different kind of pain, so it stops me. And I realize I'm doing it. So I think in time, it's definitely going to go away. And so I'm very grateful to Melissa and Amy and Dr. Raman because I have a lease on life that I didn't think that I would have had. So I know it was kind of difficult getting to the start, and it was weird, and it was just completely out there, but I'm very thankful and glad that I did it. So I would say probably overall symptoms, I probably improved about 85-90%. Like I said, it's just getting used to them. I don't think I will be at 100% for a while, just because I need to get used to everything. But I would say overall, probably around 85-90%. Like I said, I still continue to get some headaches, but not in the severity that they were. The jaw pain is still there sometimes, but I kind of chalk it up as a different kind of pain. So I think it's just everything's different now. I'm trying to get used to that. And so I would say those kind of pains, like the headache pains, probably improvement 60%, just because it's still there. The jaw pain and that, yeah, I'd probably say it's probably about 70-75%. There was constant tooth pain, and I think that was because of the grinding and the clenching. I don't have any tooth pain now, no. It's kind of a discomfort because I've got to get used to things and trying to learn to talk again and to eat and things like that, because I didn't have teeth in some places where I actually have teeth now. So, well, honestly, when you said that you were going to completely redo my bite and give me brand new teeth and I'd have a brand new smile, I've had other dentists say that to me, and I always take offense because I'm like, well, what's wrong with my smile now? I'm like, I thought I had a pretty smile before. It's like, why now? And so I never was ever self-conscious of my smile because I thought I had a good smile. But now, I just feel like as far as changing my mood, I feel I want to smile more. I mean, I can't look at myself in the mirror yet because I'm like, who is that person? Or like when I look at pictures, I'm kind of like, oh my God, I've got teeth, So so I think that getting this done, it's personally and like more like emotionally, I think it's changed the way that I smile and the way, I'm more conscious of that, and I wasn't before. And so I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm glad I did it. Yeah, that was a big thing. I mean, we had to really discuss that, and because it isn't just something that you just do without thinking ahead, because it is an expense. There's a large expense here, and I mean, like my husband said, the Cadillac that I drive is now the same amount that I have in my mouth. So, when I smile, I have a Cadillac smile. So, yeah, it's expensive, and we travel clear across the state. So I mean, we travel from one end to the other, and we've done that quite frequently, you know, sometimes once a month. And there's a lot of expense there, but again, to have your peace of mind and comfort, it's definitely worth it. It's something that you can't really put a price tag on, because when you're miserable and you're hurting and you don't have energy and you can't be around, you can't go to work and deal with your customers, or you can't deal with your family, or you're just tired and you're hurting and you're cranky and you want to bite back. And so yeah, it's definitely, you can't put a price tag on any of that. I mean, that's something that's well worth its weight in gold. And so I feel like I'm getting that back. I have more energy, in case you can't tell. Like any of my other videos, if anybody watches the videos all in concession, they're going to see me kind of like this and then this, and then now I've got way more energy. So it definitely, yeah, it's worth it.